What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back to give you some more facts on the Warhammer 40k universe. This time we are going to a part 2 on the infamous Big Papa, aka Marneus Augustus Calgar. But before we get into that, let me talk a little bit about San Diego Comic-Con. This year it is crazy. They're just dropping trailer after trailer. You've got freaking Infinity War. I've only seen 45 seconds of it, and it's a really low quality thing, but I'm freaking hyped, dude. It looks amazing. They released that new trailer for Justice League, Thor Ragnarok, Stranger Things. Oh man, I'm so pumped for that. Really awesome trailer with the whole, Michael Jackson and Halloween. It looks amazing. I'm fanboying out right now. Let me know what's your favorite trailer, or what's your favorite sneak peek, Game of Thrones, whatever it is that you guys have seen that has come from the SDCC 2017. But anyway, guys, we are here for the lore of Calgar, so let's jump right into that. So yesterday we talked about the lore with the whole Tyranids and Macragge and Calgar fighting. So today we're going to go past that and talk about a few more notable campaigns that had to do with Calgar and his Ultramarines. So let's get into that one. The battle for Orar's Sepulchre. An Eldar emissary from the Baal-Tan craft world was sent to the imperial world of Comrath to enter negotiations with its planetary governor for the return of an ancient Eldritch artifact from the tomb of one of the Ultramarines' most lauded heroes, Captain Orar, known as the Scepter of Galaxian. When the imperial noble refused his request, the Eldar emissary grew angry, and soon his pleas turned to threats of violence. The planetary governor refused to be cowered by the arrogant Xenos, and had the Eldar executed on the spot. However, the governor had the foresight to heed the Eldar's threats, and requested aid from the Ultramarines. Eldar from the Alatoic and Iyanden craft worlds then proceeded to assault the planet, Comrath, to recover this Eldar artifact. Orar was a great Ultramarines hero in the aftermath of the Horus Heresy, and Chapter Master Marneus Calgar vowed to not let a single alien breach the sanctity of his tomb. For the first time since the Battle of Macragge, Calgar led his entire chapter to war. The Eldar descended upon Orar's Sepulchre to find it held against them by the Ultramarines. Eldar aspect warrior and guardians darted towards the main gates of the great edifice that was the tomb, as grav tanks and artillery engines battered the Imperial defenders. On Calgar's command, the Ultramarines emerged from cover and scoured the invaders from the steps with disciplined bolter volleys. The Eldar fell back, only to find their lines of retreat cut off by assault marines and land speeders. Eldar leaders emerged from cover and rallied the trapped first wave, only to fall to sniper fire as the Ultramarine scouts made their presence known. The initial Eldar assault faltered out, but for an entire day and night they continued to attack. Though they mustered every arcane science at their command, they could not overcome the tactical brilliance of Calgar and his Marines. The very next day, a fresh assault swept onto the Great Stairs, led by a colossal figure covered in flame. It was the avatar of Cain, the Eldar god of war. Heavy weapons seemed to only anger the creature, and the Ultramarines' battle line buckled beneath its onslaught, so Calgar had no choice but to challenge it himself. The fiery god bellowed with fury, its first blow missing the Ultramarines' chapter master by only a hair. The second tore plates from his armor, and a third bit deep into his shoulder, driving the chapter master to one knee. However, the fourth slammed into the armored palm of Calgar's left hand. Rising up, he then struck with all his strength, bringing his other gauntlet around in a mighty arc that punched clean through the molten ichor of the Avatar's torso. With the fall of their war god, the Eldar lost all heart and retreated. Some fled without heed, while others fell back in good order. But all of the Xenos retreated into the darkness. Despite overwhelming odds, once again the Ultramarines had emerged victorious. But in his wisdom, Calgar knew that the Eldar would return for the Scepter of Galaxian. So it was that Calgar informed Comrath's governor that the Galaxian Scepter would be removed from Orar's Sepulchre to Macragge, where it could properly be defended if the Eldar ever struck again. The battle against the demon Makar. Makar, who is also known as the Thrice-Born, is a demon prince of Chaos Undivided, who had once been a chaplain and then a dark apostle of the Word-Bearers Traitor Legion. Following his mortal death, and into a fully fledged demon prince, Makar eventually manifested in the Materium. Now reborn, he led a Chaos pirate fleet and attacked Ultramar. This time his fleet was destroyed by a force led by the Ultramarines 2nd Company and its captain, Cato Sicarius. Captain Sicarius confronted Makar in the Hellamar Rift and destroyed much of his pirate fleet. Makar himself managed to escape back into the warp. However, he re-emerged and led a Chaos force in seizing the Star Fort, Indomitable, in the Ultramarine space, which was then boarded by the Ultramarines led by Chapter Master Marneus Calgar. Calgar then proceeded to defeat Makar in single combat, but Makar's hatred of the Imperium and Ultramar was so strong that it was not possible to banish him into the warp, even with the help of the Inquisition. The best the Imperialists could do was bind Makar to the warp core of the Star Fort. This ingenious bond meant that every time Makar struggled to escape into the Materium, he would be pulled tighter and tighter within the core. The Star Fort, garrisoned with fully half of the 5th Company of the Ultramarines, was then ordered to plot a secret course through the remote, uncharted areas of Ultramar. The fate of Makar was kept secret, possibly fearing that someone might eventually seek to free him. The official Ultramarine version of the battle was that Chapter Master Calgar had torn Makar limb from limb and sent him reeling back into the warp. But who knows, maybe Makar will once again rise from his entombment. And the last engagement that features the Ultramarines and Calgar is known as the Attack of the Kraken. The Ultramarines quashed a rebellion on the industrial world of Ikar IV, but they found themselves at the forefront of a desperate defense against High Fleet Kraken. Accompanied by Chaplain Cassius and veterans from the First Tyrannic War, Calgar launched a daring assault that severed the Tyranid synaptic control, a battle won in no small part due to the fury which Cassius led his brothers into the fray. In a replay of history, Marneus Calgar, having narrowly escaped death at the hands of the Swarm Lord during their confrontation in Macragge, faced the reincarnation of the same beast on the blood-soaked fields. This time, however, Calgar triumphed, slaying the beast with his bare hands. Without the Swarm Lord to counter Calgar's brilliant military strategy, the Ultramarines proceeded to dismantle the remaining Xeno swarms. However, the Space Marines' victory came too late to save the planet, for the Tyranids had already reduced it to a smoking charnel house of death and destruction. Perhaps even worse for the Imperium, the hive mind reabsorbed the Swarm Lord's consciousness yet again, and having learned from its defeat, its next reincarnation would prove to be more cunning and dangerous than ever before. Now there's a bit more lore to Calgar. Like I said before, guys, he's got a ton of lore. So go on over to the wiki page or the Lexicanon, or pop open that brand spanking new book on the 8th edition Space Marines. There's awesome lore there. Definitely check it out, guys. It is currently in pre-order, so it should be out next week, I believe. So go ahead and order that. But for now, guys, if you want more lore into Calgar, we do have him featured in Gathering Storm Part 3. He does play an integral role for the revival of Guilliman, so I will link that at the end of this video so you guys can check out all that awesomeness. And that's all the time I have for you guys. Once again, guys, let me know what's your favorite thing from the San Diego Comic-Con that has been released as of now. Also, let me know what else you want me to cover. Maybe it's Sicarius, or perhaps you want me to go into some demon lore. Let me know in the comments below. Hit us up on Facebook, Patreon, Instagram, and Twitter. And that's all I got. As always, I'm the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.